Yo, what's good, people? This is Jeruz, and I'm glad you tuned in to Canes Hills. We back with another episode, and we're pretty much talking about the Power Air Raid. Has anybody heard of the Power Air Raid? Yes, that does exist, the Power Air Raid. And that's what I believe what Coach Cristobal is about to install. It's been a lot of up and down thoughts about the hire with Shannon Dawson. He's our new offensive coordinator coming over from Houston. And I didn't do a quick reaction video or anything like that. I sat and I thought about it from Coach Cristobal's point of view, because he's still going to incorporate his principles on how he wants to do the offense. So Coach Cristobal going to run that rock. And that's why I rock. That's why I like him, you know. I followed him since he was at Oregon, and he was at Alabama. He's gonna run the rock. So he tried to figure it out. He did his due diligence. He made a mistake. He hired Gaddis. It didn't work. We're moving on. So now he's gonna go out and get air raid principles, but he's also gonna mesh what he did well at Oregon, which was run that rock, and that's what we're gonna talk about. The Power Air Raid. So pretty much we're gonna try to figure out, first of all, will this work? Is our fan base happy? Will TVD improve? Will we have a fast start on offense? Will we have a fast start on offense? What is your over and under yards per game? Will it work? Why it won't work? And that's it. That's what I'm going to try to cover in this video. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I wish you guys could, like and subscribe. I'm just getting started. Let's get into it. I've been doing some research on the Power Air Raid, and I found an article written by Garrett Wingate. He's currently a coach at Rose High School in Greenville, North Carolina. Shout out to Greenville. I know a whole bunch of people out in Greenville, ECU out there. My cousin TJ Lee played for Greenville out there with Chris Johnson. They was beasts. Coach Ruffin, Lincoln Riley, which actually has something to do with this video, with his air raid system. And people sleeping on Lincoln Riley. His defense ain't there. He get a coordinator, it's a wrap. But he's one of the first guys that kind of started this whole power air raid system, and with the running attack matching his passing. And I don't know if a lot of people is like into the stats or reading the stats or looking into it, but he definitely has some rushers when it comes, some running backs, and his running schemes, even though it's simple, it's simplistic. That's one of the cons, but he definitely has some running attacks with some of his offense when he was at Oklahoma and currently at USC. He just needed defense. All right, so we're gonna get into this power air raid system. All right, so the Power Raid offense combines the best of the smash mouth downhill power run game with the finesse of the air raid passing game. Essentially, Mike Leach's passing game is married with Gus Malzahn's power run game. That's the same power run game with Cam Newton. Just to come to think, just was the first thought, and that lets me think about the Ja'Carri Brown comparisons. Like, we're gonna get TVD up, we're gonna get TVD and progress him and make sure he get to the NFL. But what if this hire was strictly for Ja'Carri Brown? We just all need to keep that in the back of our heads, all right? Basically, Mike Leach, he pretty much for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Mike Leach for 9 seasons at Washington State, he basically averaged 900 yards a season rushing. That's pure air raid. Okay, and then we go to Lincoln Riley when he was the offensive coordinator at ECU with Coach Ruff. He was there for 1, 2, 3. He was there for 5 seasons, and he pretty much averaged 1,700 yards per season. Nothing to stop it. But when Lincoln Riley got to Oklahoma, it was Oklahoma from 2015 to 2019. He averaged 3,100 yards rushing. Even in 2019, Sonny Dykes had 2,300 yards, and he had incorporated some of this power air raid or power raid type of system. And that's what I think Coach Cristobal is going to do. I honestly think Coach Cristobal is going to He's going to have the air raid and the power run game. He tried to do the power spread. It didn't work. I don't know if it was the coaches, they couldn't get along, whatever, but it didn't work. So now they're going to go into this power run game with air raid concepts. This is just my personal opinion. Some people think they're going to do straight air raid. There's no way y'all going to do straight air raid because of how Mario recruited. That's why I took my time instead of just putting something out. Air raid. They're going to throw the ball around the yard. I don't think they're going to do that. He recruited some dogs up front. He got some dogs in the trenches on the offensive line. He got some transfers. Cohen, Lee, they all coming in on the offensive line. They're going to be some dogs. They ain't bring them guys in to pass the rock. They brought them guys in to push it in the trenches, to push it in, to pound that rock. And they also did it to close games. They're going to close games with the running game. They got Mark Fletcher, they got Javonte Citizen, got Henry Parrish. Let me do that in reverse. They got Henry Parrish, Mark Fletcher, Javonte Citizen, because Henry Parrish, hopefully he stays. They're definitely gonna run the rock, and I really feel like they're gonna incorporate some of the things from the air raid as far as the route trees, and then the running game. It's gonna be power. And let's go back to Mr. Garrett's article here. He said Oklahoma basically used 5 running concepts for their offense in 2018. They had an inside zone, a counter, a mid zone, a draw, and then a straight run. So it's pretty much doing the same run. I mean, Miami should know about the counter. Florida State ran that on us all day. It was killing us with the counter, hitting us with it. They went down all the way down the field in the counter multiple times. But I don't think that's gonna happen this year. We got Guidry, and I feel like we gonna, defense gonna be all right. Defense gonna be all right. Back to the offense. Is the fan base happy? All right. Is the fan base happy with the offensive coordinator hire? What I've been seeing is a toss-up. A lot of people they're not about to get their hopes so high like they did with Gaddis. Pretty much, we fell on our face with the Gaddis thing. I don't know if it was Gaddis' fault, Mario fault, Pounce fault, the redhead guy fault. Can't blame the wide receiver coach because that was Gaddis. Kevin Smith, I don't know. Can't blame him neither. I mean, there's a lot of blame to go around, man. We just suck, so. But at the end of the day, is the fan base happy? I think we happy that we finally got somebody. We was about to go into spring ball without no offensive coordinator. How that look? We look unorganized, Next thing I got, will TVD improve? TVD about to ball out. TVD gonna ball out, and he out of here. If Toon gonna have four racks in a year, TVD about to have 4 racks. That's that. I'm if that line in Vegas, I'm putting down on TVD getting them 4 racks this season, upcoming season. He ain't even gonna have 10 picks neither, because this is an offense that TVD thrived in, because it's similar to Lashley's offense. All right. So will TVD improve? Absolutely. TVD gonna get drafted? Absolutely. But the real jewel is this hire is really for Ja'Cory Brown, though. You don't forget, you heard it first from here. You heard it first from right here, Canes Hills, Jeruz. This hire was for Ja'Cory Brown. Think about Steve Slayton and Pat White. That's all I'm gonna say. Steve Slayton, Pat White, Ja'Cory Brown, Johnson, Fletcher. You feel me? All right. Will we have a fast start this year? That's the next question. Will we have a fast start? I believe we're going to have a fast start. We're going to have a fast start because the offense, they're going to be able to pick it up like this. It's something they're excited about. It's fresh. It's new. TVD's going to be confident. So I know I said in the previous video I was going to be hot if they go 3 and out in the spring game, or if they go 3 and out in the first game. I'm going to take that back. I don't think they're going 3 and out on the first 2 drives of the first game of the season. I don't know about the spring game, but the first game of the regular season, they ain't going 3 and out on the first 2 drives. They're going straight down the field. Straight down the field. straight down the field. And I feel like they're going to run the rock too. It's going to be balanced. It's going to be balanced. And they're going to score. They're going to score points. I really do. Not saying that I'm sold on Dawson. We're going to get into that. But I do feel like this is an offense that's suited for TVD. He's going to thrive. It's something fresh and new. And everybody's going to be bought in. Over under yards per game. All right. Last year, we averaged like 360, 350 to 370, something like that yards per game. I'm going to go over 440. I think we're going to average over 440 this year. I don't know what that's going to translate to as far as wins and losses, but I feel like we're going to go over 440 yards per game. And that's a big improvement, you know? And I feel like that's what we're going to do. Why this offense will work? This offense will work because this is something that TVD is already accustomed to. This is something that some our wide receivers are already accustomed to. 7-on-7s. It's a quick offense. It's air raid principles. It's not that many routes in the route tree. It's going to be easy to learn. Those guys it's going to be fresh and it's new. They're going to be pumped and excited that Miami has an air raid principles on the outside for the weapons. They're going to be excited. I had a previous video I was talking about. We had the ingredients to win an ACC championship right now. This is part of it. This offense will put our guys in space. We will have an advantage over most opponents. I'm going to say most, not all. Most opponents in our conference will have an advantage one-on-one. We have athletes. We have athletes. We have athletes. They just need to be placed properly on the chessboard. That's all it is. That's all it is. All right. While this will not work. Now it's going to work on the teams that's a little bit less athletic than we are. But it's easier to scheme against with teams with the same type of athletes that we got. So we should win the games that we're supposed to win, and we're gonna be dropping 40s on them. And see, this is where the game management with Mario is either gonna make or break the situation, because I feel like the talent that we have, we'll be able to stay close to the teams, even the teams that we got blown out by last year. We're gonna be closer to them because of the schemes that we're gonna be running, the defense that we're gonna be running, the offense that we're going to be running to put up points. We're going to be a lot closer. But it's going to be that one moment in the game. Is Mario going to make the right call? Is Mario, are you going to make the right call? That's where the game management comes. But the game's going to be a lot closer. And as long as we do not lose 45-3 or 45-6, we don't get blown out, get the doors blown off of us, or lose to teams that we have no business losing to, we're going to be all right. And it'll be another step to getting an ACC championship. We ain't worried about the playoffs. We are not worried about the playoffs. We want an ACC championship. Let's get an ACC championship. And that's where it starts. If this offense resembles anything of 440 plus points a game, over 440 yards per game, over 30 to 35 to 40 points a game, Mario will repeat top 10 recruiting class. No problem. No problem. And again, we're going to send TVD off to the NFL with a slew of others. But this hire of Shannon Dawson was made for Ja'Cory Brown. Don't forget, you heard it first right here on Canes and Hills. It was made for Ja'Cory Brown. TVD is going to benefit from it. But just digging deeper into this whole thing, it was made for Ja'Cory Brown. And I hope that he does not transfer. I hope he doesn't transfer. But at the end of the day, I want to hear from you guys. And if it was anything that I missed, I want you to let me know in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. And embracing my page. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I'm just a North Carolina boy that's a Miami Hurricane fan, and I might be bringing a different perspective. I'm not in the mix down there in Miami. I'm on the outside looking in. I've been following them for a long time. I love Miami Hurricanes football team. And leave a comment, man. Let me know, because there's a lot of, it's like the Shannon Dawson hire is 50-50, but I think they're going to run a power air raid system. They're going to run the rock, and they're going to use air raid principles to get the weapons on the outside in space. Again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is Black Jeruz, and peace, Canes Hills.